Oh yeah, I thought I'd do a video with some voiceover today. I have a couple of scrap pieces of clay here sitting on my worktop, and I wanted to do some mokume gane with them, but I felt like they didn't really coordinate. So I just wanted to show you a little tip for kind of making things coordinate. If you have two colors like this, do you want to make them a little more matchy, you can take a little piece of one color and add it to the other color. So I think I probably have more luck adding this to this. So I'm going to add a bit of the darker pink to this and mix that together, and we'll see what we get. Okay, so this is the one after mixing. You can see that it's not that much different, but it is a little bit less garish, and it definitely coordinates more with this pink now. I also have a little bit of scrap white that's been sitting on my desk. It's a bit grubby, but it'll do for making some mokume gane with these as a little bit of a contrast, because now they're kind of similar value. They're different colors, but they're similar. They're both like a medium shade. Okay, so I'm going to use this. This is going to be the base of my mokume gane, so it's going to be the color that we'll see the most of. And then I'm going to roll these two colors on the thinnest setting of my pasta machine, because I'm going to make them as the top part of the mokume gane. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back. Okay, so this is my base color. I've rolled it on my thickest setting. It's about 3 millimeters probably, maybe 4. And the blue is on the thinnest setting, and the white is on the thinnest setting. Before I forget, this pink is a mixture of Primo Pearl mixed with alizarin crimson, and it's also got some white gold glitter added to it. That's why it's got that sparkle. I really like that. I think I might add more white gold glitter to things because it's nice and sparkly. So I don't think it really matters which color you put first. Basically, when we press in our stamps, there's going to be, it's going to press in the top color. So we're going to see more of that. So let's try the blue first and then the white, and we'll see how it looks. I just like to cut off the excess. I broke my wrist. I broke my wrist a few weeks ago, and I'm still a bit, my hand's still a bit wobbly. It's not really working very well. So that's why it might look a little, you feel a bit like a kid that's learning to do their writing and things like that. Writing is hard too. Anyway, so now we'll put the white on. And just trim off the excess. We want to kind of keep that for our next project. And then I'm just going to run this through the pasta machine. So that on the sticky settings, that will get out that bubble there. I mean, I could poke it and get it out, but if I run it through the pasta machine, it will push out most of those bubbles. And we're gonna, so we want the thickest part on the bottom, and because we're gonna press our stamps in anyway. I made these new stamps from mokume gane. I'm probably excited to try them because they're chunky enough to give us a like a good imprint, but they also have lots of detail on them, so I'm really quite excited to try them. I want to fill the hole. This is hard on my wrist. Do it with my good arm. I want to press them in as fairly deeply because we're going to slice off the top of the design, so we want to have the design. You could use a release. I don't bother. I can't be bothered with it, but you could put some water or some that looks pretty good. It's quite deep. I find they don't really stick unless there's any really small spots. But if you were struggling with that, you could add some You want to get them fairly close together because I find that when you do mokume gane, any blank spots will kind of look really boring. So I try to squeeze as much as I can onto my sheet. Well, some parts of that look a little shallow, so I'm just gonna fit it back in and press a little harder. Yeah, that's nice and deep. And then we'll maybe push that there. Yep. Let's do this guy. Yeah, this design might get stuck because and it also depends on how soft your clay is. If your clay is really soft and you jam it in, it's for sure gonna get stuck. So, okay, that'll do. So now that I've covered it with my design, my hand's a little wobbly, so I'll try and rest my wrist on the desk as I do this. This is a blade that I bought that it was too sharp. I cut myself with it a few times, so I've just put some washi tape on the back of it so I don't cut myself. It seems to have worked quite well for the moment. So then you just want to slice off the top part of the design, and you can keep those bits for adding. I like to add them to beads, or put them on another backing and use them as another like abstract design. You're really just trying to get down to the pink. So I could leave that amount of blue there, or I could go a little bit further to get to the pink. Yeah, see, that looks nice. I like this because it's really clear to me when I've gone too far. I mean, see there, I've gone a little bit too far, but if you don't, better to do not enough, like take off a small amount and then take a little bit more off in places where you think you've missed it. Like you can still see the design is really raised there. So there's room to take off a bit more. Oh, so cute. Oh yeah, see, I took too much off there. But you know what? It's all good. It's It's not supposed to be perfect. It's like an organic kind of design. The fun part is playing with the colors, I think. And then, you know, I think that I might have been better off if I'd used a darker blue, but I like the fact that I've used up my scraps here. And this just, you just go slowly. It does take a while to do this, unfortunately, but it's kind of part of the fun of it, actually, is just taking your time. And I'm not sure if I've done the design deep enough in this spot. If I take off too much, I might just, oh, it's not too bad. Oh, so pretty. I think I'm going to make a bunch more of these floral type tools for making mokume gane, because I just love how you can play with the colors and then put a complicated design on top. And I think the other thing is, like, if you feel like you haven't taken enough off and you've made something, you've baked it, you can always sand a little bit more to reveal more of the design once you've finished baking. Okay, so I could fuss with this for ages. Oh, that looks good. Yeah, see, I should have taken off a bit more there. But I really just did this to show you what you can do with these. And also thought it was interesting how you could use your scraps and kind of make them go together, even if they didn't, you know, you never really intended for them to be used together. Okay, so now that I've finished that, I'm going to smooth it down with some paper. Oh, my right hand's too weak. I'm using my left hand more. But basically I do it with my fingers until I feel like there's no more lumps. Because if you was to take the roller to it, if you were to just roll it out, you'd distort the pattern too much. So this way you keep the design that you've created, but you don't distort the flowers too much. Okay, that's super cute. I don't know what I'm going to make with it, though. I actually wanted to make some earrings, but I think they're too small. I was thinking about making some dangle earrings, but I'm like with these small dangles. But I'm thinking if I do that, then I will lose the flower design. I could just do them with the scraps and then make something bigger with the flower design. I always tend to reach for my hair clip cutters because they're bigger. You can use them for bigger designs. We got the scalloped one. Let's try that. Yeah, I could probably get more flowers in. It's quite thin at this point. I could probably have put it onto a backing, but I think it might still make a pretty good. Oh, it's cute. And then I can maybe make some of my smaller earrings with the, I really like how the metallics have a bit of depth to them. Here, that pink is kind of, yeah, still got a flowery feel to it, doesn't it? Let's try this one. Kind of get part of the flower in. Okay, I'm gonna go and bake these. Probably make some beads from these as well. Oh my goodness, super cute. Thanks so much. Bye.